Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. Happy New Year. I am super excited. I'm recording this on January 1st, 2024. This is New Year's Day, so there's never been a more exciting day to plan the year and to think about what's happening. So many of you are using our free 90-day planner. If you haven't already gotten that, make sure you go grab that at classycareergirl.com/free plan. I love seeing all of your screenshots, all of your selfies using the planner. I've been reviewing a lot of the plans from our clients who are creating their annual plans. And today I'm going to talk about some of the things that I am seeing when it comes to planning your new year. We're going to talk about 3 essential steps to kickstart your career coaching business in 2024. Last week on the podcast, if you haven't watched it, we released an episode of a training I did about the 2024 business planning session. So that was very much about business planning for 2024. So definitely watch or listen to that if you have a business. Today, I want to specifically talk to our listeners who want to have a coaching business in 2024 or already have a coaching business in 2024 and tell you how to launch it and grow it. But first, I have to tell you, I am in Valencia, Spain, because a lot of you guys already know we're traveling around this year, going to different areas in Europe. And last night, we ran a 5K here in Valencia, my husband and I. And tomorrow we're going to our next destination. So maybe next week on the podcast, I'll let you know where I am. It's somewhere pretty close. We're still going to be in Europe. But I'm excited today. When I'm done with this podcast, I got to pack up the house because we've been here at this Airbnb for about a month now. So I have some organizing to do when we get off this podcast, but I definitely wanted to record this for you and just bring this energy of the first of the year and just being really excited to be here with you guys today and really teach you how to kickstart your career coaching business in 2024. Because this really, when I've been thinking about what I am focusing on in 2024 and who I want to help and who I want to serve, this is my thing. This is my thing. I love helping career coaches launch and grow their business. If I could do one thing all the time, it would be talking to career coaches and helping them launch and grow their business. And so a lot of you guys know I have a career coaching certification program. So we have over 20 coaches who have graduated with their Classy Career Girls certification. And I've been a career coach for over 10 years. And so this is just something I love career coaching. And then I just love helping other career coaches too, because there's so much impact that we can make in helping people with their careers and their businesses and their productivity and their leadership. There's so many different areas we can help them with. So let's dive right in. So 3 essential steps to kickstart your career coaching business in 2024. I do see a lot of mistakes that want to be career coaches make. And so hopefully this will help you plan out your year. Grab our 90-day planner. There's an annual plan sheet in there. So make sure you do that. Make sure you do your 90-day plan, because the first step in launching and growing your career coaching business in 2024 is getting really clear on your vision. So I really want to emphasize how important it is to have clarity in your vision and in your mission when it comes to having a career coaching business. Because people are coming to you for your advice and for your input on their career and on their life and their leadership and what they should do next. So it's very important that you have clarity and know where you want to go over the next 3 to 5 years. And this is often going to help you figure out what your niche is. This is going to help you figure out, what your next step should be in your coaching business. This is going to help you figure out who your ideal client is. It really all comes back to that vision of what you want to create in the future. This is something I do every 90 days. I go back to my vision. I ask myself, like, what are those things that I want to create in the future? When I do complete those goals, what does my life look like? And really thinking about those short-term goals, like over this next year where you want to be. This is one of the first things I do with any of our students that enroll in our certification program. We figure out what their annual goals are financially, and also how many clients they want to have. Sometimes coaches come to me and they're like, I want 8 clients. And I'm like, 8 one-on-one clients is a lot of clients. And we do the math and we look at their calendar and we realize, yeah, eight one-on-one clients is a lot. So Usually we decrease it a little bit there. We figure out the pricing, we figure out their monthly revenue on a monthly rate so that we know what they need to be making on a monthly rate so that they can eventually quit their day jobs and do this coaching business full time. Because that's what this is all about. I don't want you to be stuck as a coach doing hourly coaching, or maybe you're getting paid $100 or $200, but that's not enough to live off. I teach our coaches how to bring up their monthly revenue on a recurring monthly basis so that you can quit. Like I quit in 2014, I quit my day job. And I knew that I had clients on a monthly basis and that I was going to be able to support my family in my coaching business. A couple months later, my husband actually quit his job as well too, and we launched this business together. But we really knew that all came back to knowing what our vision was. We knew that someday we wanted to have a family, we wanted to have free time, we wanted to be able to travel. And so we really were clear on what we wanted to create in the future, what our life would look like in the future once we reached that goal. And we were clear on the finances. We were clear on what I needed to make in the business so that I could quit my day job. And I was also clear on the number of people, the number of clients that I needed to have in order to make an impact, in order to get my finances up to be able to quit my day job as well. So a lot of things in that step, but that's really the first step, is defining your vision. The second step is crafting your action plan. And this is so much easier when we have your vision, when we know how much you need to be making on a monthly basis to quit your day job. Then we can really break down the process and create a structured action plan to set and achieve your goals. Then we can figure out what the timelines are. We can figure out what your objectives and what your tasks are. One of the most important things that you can do is figure out how many sales you need to make per month. And when we know that, then we can figure out how many sales calls we need per month as well. All of this leads into how much content we produce each month. We can create a content plan. We can create a launch event, maybe like a webinar or a workshop, something where we can get people excited about what you offer and the service you're going to provide. And then we also know how many clients you want one-on-one. Some of my coaches come into our certification program and they just want to do group coaching. They don't want to do one-on-one. Maybe they have a lot of experience already doing one-on-one, so they really want to leverage and scale and focus on group coaching. And that's perfectly fine. We just want to have a plan for that too. We want to know how many clients we need in our group coaching program. We want to know the price that we're going to charge, and we really want to map out that big picture so that we have success when we do launch that digital product or when we do launch your group coaching program over this year. I know that's exactly what I did as well. As I did one-on-one coaching for many, many years and eventually got to the point I had my daughter. I knew that I needed to leverage my time a little more. So I stepped into group coaching, eventually put everything into group coaching and communities because I love growing communities of women. And then slowly my one-on-ones decreased. And so now I do very rare one-on-one coaching. A lot of the one-on-one support is inside of my high-level certification program. And that's really only where I do my one-on-one coaching. And so you can do that, but it's a transition, right? Sometimes you can't just necessarily start from scratch with a group coaching program. There may be some one-on-one you need to do to really understand the challenges and frustrations and goals that your clients have. And then it's a lot easier to launch that group coaching program. So all of that goes into your action plan with the number of sales calls you need, the number of sales you need, the number of types of content you're going to produce each month, and then your launch event. The third thing that we need is we need a really good calendar. So you want to embrace adaptability, flexibility with your calendar as a coach. If you do not do this, if you do not look at your calendar, you're going to get burnt out. I have a lot of coaches that I speak with who are very burnt out. Maybe they had a couple clients and they ended up having to quit their coaching business because they couldn't figure out how to manage all the moving parts. And a lot of the systems are missing. So we actually have a lot of coaches come into certification because they realize I don't have any systems and I want to use your systems, Anna, which is why I have certification, because you can use all my systems. And one of those systems is your calendar. So it's really important at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of your coaching that you look at your calendar and you figure out like, what are those most important things in my calendar that's going to help me grow my business? A lot of mistakes are made when we focus on when we do things in our calendar that are not going to help us actually grow the business. So for example, I see a lot of coaches working in the beginning on their websites and working on their social media in the beginning, and then getting stuck and trying to be like, why aren't I getting any clients? I'm working so hard on my website, my social media. That's because they're focusing on the things that aren't actually going to grow your business. What's actually going to grow your business as a career coach is talking to your ideal clients, doing sales calls, doing launch events like webinars or workshops, answering questions, market research, like actually talking to your clients and selling things. Selling. Those are the things that are going to actually grow your business. That's in the marketing and the sales side. And so we want to make sure in your calendar that we have plenty of time for those things. So the first thing I do with our coaches is we look at their calendar and we map out their calendar individually. We map out their calendar so we make sure that there's plenty of time for those sales events in their calendar. And we also make sure that there's plenty of time for actually coaching in their calendar. Because sometimes I see coaches get so busy, they don't actually doing all the marketing and sales, they don't actually have time to fulfill and actually be the coach, which is what we designed our businesses to do, right? That's what we want to do. That's the impact that we want to make. It's by actually coaching our clients. So when we know how many clients we want to have over this year, so say you want 5 one-on-one clients, we got to make sure that there's 5 hours every week to coach those clients in your calendar. And so that's one of the things we do. We batch your time, we block out your time, we figure out the time that's needed for your sales calls, we figure out the time that's needed for your coaching calls. We block that out. Even if you have a day job, I see this all the time, you have other things going on, maybe you're doing other things. And we block out that time for coaching, we block out the time for sales calls, and then it's a lot easier to plug in time for marketing, for social media. Maybe you write a blog, maybe you do a podcast, those things that you can do to start to add the content into your business. But we're not spending all our time doing websites and social media. We're actually working with our clients and learning more about them. Even doing a sales call, I learned so much from the sales calls. I learned so much from talking to my clients. I learned so much from coaching my clients. I learned so much by doing live trainings, or I've been doing a lot of annual plan reviews. Every plan I review, I learned so much about my clients and how I can support them next year. So we really want to be in it with our clients. We want to be talking to them, or our ideal clients. And we also want to be learning. So that's really important as a coach that we're embracing the growth mindset. We're continuously learning, we're reading, we're listening to podcasts, we're going to trainings, learning from other coaches as well, like just learning, because as a coach, this is what makes us different is our clients are coming to us for our brains, for what we know and for what we're learning. And so it's really important that we're continuously learning ourselves and that we're continuously growing ourselves. We also want to do less. We want to prioritize. So if you use our planning system that we teach here at Classy Career Goal, you know that we like to prioritize, the top 3 things every 90 days, the top 3 things every year, the top 3 things every week. We're all about prioritizing. We're doing less. And we're focusing on the most important offers that we have as coaches as well. So don't try and launch 5 products in the next 90 days. We want to pick your one core offer and we want to focus on that over the next 90 days. That's what I'm doing as well. I have one core offer right now that I am focusing on over the next 90 days. You're not going to see me promote, talk, do anything else except promote my one offer. And it's actually not even open. It won't open till March. But I will be talking a lot about career coaching and helping you launch your career coaching business, because in March, we will be reopening our career coach certification program. It's closed right now, but we will be opening it in March. And so I just want to support and help career coaches as much as possible on my podcast and social media until that date that we open. And so you can see me modeling this. I'm not going to be promoting 5 other things. I want to focus on one thing over the next 90 days I want to protect my focus time. So my focus time, like right now, I'm recording this during my focus time. I'm not distracted by social media or checking email or kids or anything like that. This is my focus time where I'm focusing on creating content that's going to help my ideal client. We want to have coaching days and sales days, like I said. And then we want to make sure that we're focusing on helping and serving. So if you can just help and serve one person every day, I always say you're gonna succeed. If you do that for the rest of this year, you help one person every day, either paid or unpaid. And that could even just be like, I know back in the early days for me, it was just flipping on the video camera before I went to work. And I knew that at least one person would watch that video and I would be able to help just one person. And instead of worrying about the sales and the numbers and the finances and the promotions and the marketing and going live and being nervous and scared, all that, just get rid of all that and focus your mindset on what you're here to do, which is to serve others and help them with their career. So as a recap, the 3 steps you want to take, the 3 essential steps to kickstart your career coaching business in 2024. The first one is define your vision. The second is craft your action plan. And the third is to embrace adaptability and growth with your calendar in 2024. So I'm super excited to help you more, like I said, launch your career coaching business in 2024. Take action now. Do your 90-day plan, do your annual plan. It's a perfect time to do that. And if you want more of my tips and strategies for launching a career coaching business, you can watch a special career coaching webinar training I have at www.classycareergirl.com/career coach webinar. And on that training, I also give you the Career Coach Startup Kit, which basically tells you the first 5 things you need to do when you're starting a career coaching business. So that's the best next step for you. You are going to have a great year. If you want to launch a career coaching business, stick with me. I've got a lot of great content coming your way. I'm super excited to help you help your clients, help them identify their ideal careers, help them find careers they love. It's going to be an incredible year. So I'm super excited for you. Thanks for listening today, and I will see you next week.